Hi, I'm the Space Quest historian, and welcome back to Space Quest 6. Roger Wilco and the Spinal Frontier. We are supposed to get into the file room here in the information superhighway and start snooping up some information about you-know-what and you-know-who. Well, that will become evident and obvious in a while. But before that, there are actually a couple of more Easter eggs in this information superhighway office, and those involve this number and this trash can. Now, you can only do this before you take the number.
Next.
So I've had to go back and replay a bit of this, but if you click the look icon on the number before you take it, you'll actually hear more fourth wall breaking, because the game's director, also played by William Hall, will chime in and say that the look message is stupid and that Scott Murphy should rewrite it, and Scott actually has a voiced line in the game. So here we go.
Numbered cyber cards hang here, chiming peacefully in the cyber breeze.
Cut! Wait a minute. What is this chiming in the cyberspace crap? Scott, get over here. Change this.
What? Frickin' director. This guy would know a good line if it climbed up his... Oh, here.
All right, that's better. Try it again, Gary.
Numbers hang here.
Much better, isn't it? There is more to hear from the game director.
Next.
Yes, next. Let's do the next one, Ms. Innie. If you look at the trash can.
Very tidy. A trash can. That might be a perfect place to store all those vital screen-saving programs like that cool Yasser Arafat version you've downloaded from POL. Pardon me, but I'm just a little nervous about this trash can thing. Didn't someone already go to court and spend wads of buckazoids over this?
Gary! Just read the copy, for Christ's sakes. We're not paying you to think. We just want that pretty voice of yours. All right, you friggin' union geek. Okay, people. Mr. Owens has gathered himself together, and we are ready to pick it up from that oh-so-fascinating Barney Fife meets Barry Mason segue. All right. Animation to speed. And roll.
That was worth it, wasn't it? And yes, there was actually a lawsuit between Apple and Microsoft about the use of the trash can in Windows. I can't remember if it was Windows 3.1 or Windows 95. Anyway, this game came out just around the time Windows 95 was about to hit the scene, or had already. No one was making games for Windows back then. There's actually one little interesting snipe at Microsoft here. Not that this entire screen isn't a snipe at Microsoft, but this one is an explicit one. If you try and click the minimize icon.
Like that's gonna happen. Who do you think we are, Microsoft?
Yeah. Anyway, let's just get this over with. Let's just tickle the old number generator here and get ourselves into the file room so we can actually get on with the game. Onwards to vengeance. Okay, there are a lot of files. There are a lot of rows of files. Well, there are 3. And there are... I mean, look at this shit. These are just gigantic scrolling screens that just go on and on forever. I have no idea what's going on there. That looks a little...
Man, these filing cabinets are a mess. Even I could keep them up better than this.
Roger's not even the slightest bit interested that someone apparently got mashed in there. I think that might be a gremlin or something. Anyway, the trick here is that the file folders that have a thicker outline than the others, you can open those. This one doesn't count because it's just sticking out a little bit from the background or whatever, but some of these have thicker outlines than the others. This one, for instance. This one. You see? See there? See?
That drawer isn't even close to a drawer that starts with the letter R.
However, the game does not expect us to open this one yet. This is kind of a scavenger hunt. You find one file, it leads you to another file, that leads you to another file, that leads you to another file. I'm not even sure what it really wants us to find that starts with the letter R. Research? Wrinkle-dink? Rumpelstiltskin? Rebound? Rectal cavity? Can I open this? Because there's a little Easter egg up here.
That drawer isn't even close to a drawer.
No, we'll have to wait with the Easter egg until later. Let's just do what the game wants us to do and start with the letter R. Here we go. And you're supposed to like make a little staircase. You can go up and look inside these folders. There you go. That's a bit of a weird animation, but okay. Have a look inside this. Oh yeah, we're looking for Nigel Rancid, of course. Yeah, the goon that picked us up on Polysorbate. Hello, Mr. Rancid. Can I have a look in your folder, please? Yes. Nigel Rancid and his brother Sinjin are hired thugs. Most recently, the Rancid brothers have been employed by Dr. Hayden Bellows and Sharpei of the Golden Light Years Retirement Community on Delta Berxalon 5. Boo! Well, fuck me if they're not in on it. So, basically, Bellows and Sharpei, the old bag whose room we were cleaning, are in on this. They gave us a good old knock on the head. By proxy, anyway. Cross-reference, Bellows, Sharpei, and Santiago. Now, why would Santiago be part of this indeed?
As much fun as...
yeah, that's... Alright, that actually sounded pretty fun. Let's do that again.
As much fun as it is to see you plant your face on the granite floor, we advise against it. After all, you'll just have to clean up the blood afterwards.
Oh, shit. Alright. Well, before we do all that, let's Easter egg. Because what you are meant to do is finally uncover... I might as well spoil it for you because it's going to be spoiled in the next 5 minutes anyway. You're supposed to find out about a project called Project Immortality. There are no points for guessing what that entails. Anyway, if you find the correct drawer before time, Gary Owens would actually get quite mean on your ass. Now, as a kid, once I figured out that all the drawers that can be opened have this thicker outline than the others, you know, I'd just walk around these screens and try and open whatever the fuck.
Now. What
this
have
one.
we here? You haven't found the clue to this file's existence, yet somehow you know. Perhaps subtracting a few 100 points from your score will teach you.
And it actually does.
Cheaters never prosper.
And it gives you the points back. Files back. Also points. Project Immortality. Might as well take it. And I'm actually not sure. Does it restore all the points? I'll have to go back and check. Let's go and have a look in the S folder because there was a lot of shit hiding over there. Santiago, Sharpei, and all this other junk. And also, there is another cool little Easter. This room is just chock full of Easter eggs. I think it's this one. No, that's Stella Santiago's folder. We'll keep that for later. Just open all of these up. Sharpei's folder, we'll have that. Ah, yes. Here is the Easter egg. You can open this drawer. You can't actually take any of these folders, but there is Space Quest 7 and Space Quest Team have their own
summon
folder.
the ability.
Can't pick any of them up. Just a little Easter egg. Alright, I think that's all the folders we need. Time to have a little look at them and see what we can see. First of all, let's have a look at... Well, first of all, let's go somewhere where it isn't quite as noisy. Yeah, let's just stand here for a second. First of all, let's have a look at Sharpei's folder. She is a philanthropist of the First Order. This benefactress of many good causes is known throughout the universe simply as Sharpei. Sharpei's most recent project has been the Golden Light Years Retirement Community on Delta Berxalon 5, where she hopes to spend her declining years, always thinking of others. This grand lady will leave a legacy of charitable works behind her when she goes, which will be very, very soon. Has anyone guessed what Project Immortality is about? No, we'll get there. Next, let's check out Stellar Santiago's folder, because why is that mixed up with all of this shit? Wait, where the hell did you go? There you went. Corpsman Stellar Santiago was a member of the Starcon fleet before her departure from this world while attempting to rescue a janitor second class who was stationed aboard SCS Deep Ship 86, cross-reference Sharpei and Dr. Bellows. Now this doctor with the funky cranium is all over this bezazzle, so let's check out his Dr. Hayden Bellows is the Chief Medical Administrator of the Golden Light Years retirement community. He has gained much notoriety over his controversial efforts to mitigate the effects of, some say to eliminate altogether, aging. Yes, I read that wrong. Who's gonna tell? Additional cross-reference, Project Immortality. And that's the folder we picked up way ahead of time. The holy grail of narcissists everywhere, Project Immortality is the cold, hard scientific name applied to the cold, hard science that is the fountain of youth of our time. Project Immortality is funded by Sharpei, really, and overseen by controversial Dr. Hayden Bellows. It promises humankind the hope of the ages, eternal life. Sure makes marriage a scary proposition though, doesn't it? Cross-reference endgame, and that's actually not a file you have to find. That's just your indication that, you know, we can stop now. You've found all the folders that you need. In fact, if you go down this merry path here, there is not a single bag of tricks here. There's not a single one under E that you can open. See? 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 No. So, having now irrefutable proof that Dr. Hayden Bellows and Sharpei are in cahoots and are harvesting bodies for this Project Immortality, whatever that might be, we can just have a good old print of these and confront the good doctor with his bullshit.
The cyber printer accepts your cyber file gratefully and begins to print. The question is, what exactly is the output of a cyber printer?
Well, spoiler, it's actually just paper. In the real world. It prints out in the real world. Anyway, so, what you're supposed to take away from this is that Sharpei and Dr. Bellows needed a human subject for their Project Immortality business, whatever that is, and sent Mr. Nigel Rancid and his cohort Syngent after you and clobbered you over the head, and were probably going to use your carcass because, you know, they, you know, locked you in a room with Sharpei, and, you know, gas was released, and you were meant to be kidnapped then. However, Stella Santiago showed up, rescued you, and ended up becoming the unwilling subject herself. So that is indeed the plot to Space Quest 6, just wrapped up in a nutshell.
Well, what do you know? Maybe there is something to this superhero reputation thing after all.
No, we don't have a superhero reputation.
And after that episode with the egg beater, I thought you'd never impress me again.
What episode? What egg beater? What? I do not recall this. Alright, well, that is definitely it. See ya, sis. Those were actually the sound effects from the old Windows 3.1. Alright. So now we can exit cyberspace, and, of course, this would entail walking all the way back through this cumbersome little... I hesitate to call it a maze, really. And, believe it or not, that is what I did the first 500 times I played this game. It never occurred to me in the slightest that I could just walk over here and put down this fucking board.
You smartly drop the board in place, spanning the gap between the two bridge sections.
Seems obvious, doesn't it? Seems like a very obvious thing to do. No, that did not occur to me until very, very late in life. Anyway, fine, fuck it, out of cyberspace we indeed go. And we materialize. I guess Roger was playing super hot on the other channel, or whatever. Cheerio, Miss Sophie. Let's just have the incriminating evidence. That would be this.
These are the printouts of the files you've collected from cyberspace as evidence against Dr. Bellows.
And a host of other interesting characters. Anyway, here you go. Jiminy Siminy, Sonny Jim.
Well, Dr. Bellows, I think you've got some explaining to do.
Almost half expect to hear the Law and
You're
Order
out
sound.
of your mind, Wilco.
So, what do you have to say for yourself now, Doctor?
He looks a little sullen.
Confronted with the facts found in the files you located, he freaks and spills all.
I'd like to see him freak.
Oh, my...
Well, I think we've just seen that now. That's how...
Eloquently stated.
Yes. That's how smart people freak.
I didn't think this all the way through until I'd crossed my own personal ethical line.
Which was years ago.
It had already gone too far. The experiments alone... I thought I could
The
do
guinea
just
pigs
this
and the
one
blood
thing
and
and
the
still live
baboons
with
turned
myself.
inside out.
Love can move a person to do some strange things, Wilco. She knew how I felt. And
Has he
used
been
it to her
sucking
advantage.
face with Sharpei? Wow.
I think I know what you mean about that love thing, but
No, I don't
wait a
think you do.
minute. Slow down. Are you saying you have the hots for... I mean, you are actually romantically intrigued by
I mean, it's not the
Sharpei?
age thing. Far be it. Don't get me wrong.
Wow.
It's the
You are serious.
it's the caustic
I agree that
old
love can
bitch
make you do some weird
thing
stuff.
I have
In
a problem
this
with.
case, though, it made you do some stuff that was unethical and illegal, Doctor.
You've killed 2 people in cold
Where
blood
is Stellar Santiago?
in the first 2 games,
I
Roger.
know she was
don't
alive.
think
that
you
her
should.
death was faked. What have
Actually,
you done with her?
Several Sarians
Great
and that
Caesar's
ape
ghost.
guard. And,
The woman, she's still alive, but
oh, I completely
I'm
forgot
afraid
about
not
her.
much time remains.
I bet he's killed other people
She
as
is.
well.
What do you mean not much time remains?
As you must realize by now, the Golden Light Years project was merely a front for the research I'd been conducting per Sharpei's wishes. She is intensely fearful of death. You probably didn't notice that she is getting up in age a bit.
Didn't even see it.
Yeah. Who could have guessed that?
I mean, she looked like a volcanic
In
eruption.
very simple
Like
terms,
like a river of
Janitor
magma has just
Wilco.
been planted all over. No, she looks
That's
fine.
janitor, second class, pal. And don't you forget it.
Priorities.
Excuse me, janitor second class. As I was saying, Sharpei feared dying.
Why is
enough
that in the
to take
past
the lives
tense?
of others to save her own. She knew I loved her. I remember the day I met her.
No flashbacks. No flashbacks. We're
It was
good.
at
We're
the
good.
funeral
Oh,
of-
Bucker.
Oh, I believe it was her 4th husband, and I remember never having seen her look so radiant. I fell for her, hard, and she knew it.
I got
You should have
excited.
seen her in black.
Hard.
I'll pass, thanks. Just tell me about Stella.
Yeah, we're kind of meant to be doing something, aren't we?
Okay. The bottom line is that I have developed a way to extend Sharpei's life by transferring her mental essence into the body of another. It was to be you until your friend Stellar Santiago got in the way. We thought no one would miss you. Go figure. What I have done is to employ nanotechnology to take over the designated host body, as is happening with
Tiny
your
robots.
friend as we speak.
That would be Project Immortality. Tiny
Stellar's
robots.
body is being taken over by Sharpei? Jeez. I don't understand. Is there anything we could do to
Eat
stop
your
it?
heart out, Black Mirror.
I've never really thought of it that way.
I wonder what we should do.
Well,
hey,
think
I
about
know.
it now.
Let's do
We have
the
to
weirdest
save
thing
Stellar.
we can.
You can't let her
and
die. You
Shrink
can
me
redeem
down.
yourself at least
oh,
to some
come on,
degree,
let's
Doctor.
do that.
As much as it pains me to admit it, you're right, Roger.
That's a first.
You're right. Okay, I think I may have a plan. We can save her.
Pretty
There
much
are some
me, but
interesting spin-off
mostly.
technological breakthroughs.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you in to stop Sharpei.
Yes.
Say what? No, I don't think...
It's her only chance. If you seriously care for your friend, you'll do this.
I don't care that much.
Oh, the only way, huh?
The only way.
It is the only way.
Well, okay then. I hope you're sure about this.
I'm positive. Here's how we shall go about it. You will move your shuttle into Lab B. Meanwhile, I will generate new software for your shuttle's navigational
10,
system,
print,
which will help
generate.
you locate the nanites.
20, go to
The very
10.
small robotic devices I developed for the intrusion. One of them is Sharpei.
Oh, good. We get to go on a robot
If you
hunt.
can stop Sharpei,
It's gonna be another bug
well,
hunt.
your friend's chances of survival improve immensely.
She might
Then-
die anyway, but still.
Then, once I have located and extracted you, I shall work
Wrong
to
emphasis.
repair whatever damage may have been done to Stellar during the attempted incursion.
I'll try. I mean, I'll do my... I am pretty drunk at the moment, so... You know. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, what is indeed the worst that can happen? Yeah, I have a great feeling about this. This is gonna be great. Yep. No second thoughts.
The shuttle is nicely miniaturized by the beam deal. Hopefully, it is reversible. Perhaps you should have asked about that. There are some things you can't afford to have smaller.
Like, your entire body. I know that was a penis joke, and I refuse to acknowledge it. Ah, he put on his heels for this. Hello. This part is nicely cinematic, actually. I quite like that. Check out the fab focus pulling. 3, 2, 1. The game isn't frozen. I was just seeing if you were paying attention. I have counted down from 3, 2, so we're in the minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. Just looked like someone smeared the lens with something, but anyway, here we go. Something that's always bothered me is these little meters down here that don't look like they're actually going up and down. They just, or like a real VU meter would. They just look like little sticks going up. And anyway, fuck it. We are actually being shot through a syringe, and it's quite exciting. Maybe we should be disgusted or something. Roger doesn't seem to care much, but... Ooh, yeah. Ooh, baby. Ooh. Hope you've eaten. Or maybe haven't eaten. I forgot how to pilot my ship. Well, that went spectacularly, didn't it?
My, that sure looks tasty. What the hell is it? It looks like a stomach or something. Check out that membrane.
Oh, we do love the membrane, yes. Okay, well, fuck. We have now reached the inside of Stellar Santiago. I hope you're happy. So let's go and check it out. Let's see how's tricks. What happens if I just open the door?
It's pretty sticky out there. Maybe you should wear your EVA suit.
Yeah, well. All right, Dad. Do you also want me to bring a sweater? Maybe some mittens? All right, here we fucking go. We don't need the helmet. We'll just put on the suit. Because that somehow makes it less sticky. Maybe Roger just didn't want to take a shower today. Well, first of all, that's a very nice beeping sound. We should probably do something about that.
Red light. This is not good. Apparently some or all of the intermix element in Fuel Tank 3 was disgorged during your heinous Venus joyride. That's not all that was disgorged, but we'll skip the details.
We shat ourselves. Anyway, the third intermix was, if I remember correctly, thanks to everyone in the comment, silver! We need some silver. And this thing is not gonna shut up, so I might just, let it beep. What is this shit?
Wow, that's some interesting looking stuff you've got collected in the engine intake. Looks like a small collection of blood capillaries.
And this is when the game actually takes a far right turn into edutainment, because you learn a lot about the inside workings of the body and all its disgusting functions from playing this game.
It's alveoli, but it reminds you of spaghetti.
Alveoli, I have no idea what the fuck it is, but apparently Josh Mandel put a lot of research into this part of the game, but left the company before he actually got a chance to write most of it. So most of the stuff inside Stella's body is actually written by Scott Murphy, who, is a fantastically funny writer, probably the funniest writer Sierra ever had. Also likes to go on long-winded tangents. Here, let's go on one.
You're treading on the fundus, a broad expanse of tissue covering the outside of the stomach.
Okay, I've changed my mind about doing this. Is it too late? Can I still back out gracefully?
But as soon as the words spring gazelle-like from your lips, you regret them. You're here to do a job. You're here to save Corman Stellar Santiago from a fate worse than death. As if having you inside her wouldn't already be considered such a thing.
That's right. I'm Roger Wilco, dammit. Man of action. Savior of the galaxy. A man trapped in the body of a woman. Wait, that didn't come out right.
Oh, it came out perfectly fine. Do you remember how much fun it was wearing the dress? Roger, you don't have to hide anymore. It's 2018, baby. It's all good, man. It's all good. Own it. Own it. Live it. All right. What the hell is this?
You recognize that festering, infected crevice.
It's my head.
As if Stellar didn't already have enough to worry about, she's got an ulcer. And it's not just an ulcer, it's puckered. It's a peptic ulcer.
He's really excited about that ulcer. Alright, well, let's, climb inside it. Oh, hell yeah. And, the animation is playing at about 2 frames a second. Look at him scoot! Look at him scoot! Scooch! Alright, let's get down here. Alright, now this is great fun. Look at all the shit we can poke and prod at. There's a feather.
A feather? When, rather, if you get the chance, you'll have to quiz Stellar about her dietary habits.
Honestly, this woman eats some very weird shit. You're gonna find a lot of funky stuff down here. Actually, the music is getting a little intense. Could we just... well, I guess it's supposed to play at that volume. Anyway. Now, did you notice the speed of that animation? That was one of the most fluid animations in the game, and my god, it was over in a blink. I will just pick up one of these as well. Guess we can't have enough.
You acquire a candy.
I wonder how they got away with that obvious trademark infraction. Infrastructure. Let's have more.
I already have one.
Barker me. And what in the fuck?
How odd. A bent staple. And thus far it has resisted being dissolved by the stomach's acids. Probably because of its location and Stellar's apparent lack of oral nourishment during her captivity.
Question. The size
The acid
of...
probably hasn't risen high enough since this item found its way in here. What in the hell was she doing eating a staple anyway? Maybe it was some fad diet thing in the Galactic Inquirer.
My question, which I have now saved until the end, is, considering the size of the feather and the size of the stapler, what kind of bird was she eating? Anyway, let's have the fucking stapler. And this is, by the way, where the game's animation becomes quite cartoony. Not that it hasn't been cartoony already, but some of the animation here has this really exaggerated things. And also thoughts and feelings.
Loosely woven into the stomach lining is a piece of celery string.
At least that's
that
kind
stuff
of food.
Could be used to make steel-belted radial tires stronger. Rumor has it that it was the original inspiration for dental floss. I think I saw that on one of those James Burke shows.
I mean, it's got the word celery in it, so let's have it. I mean, check this out, check this out. That's some cartoony animation. That was what I mean. A lot of stretching, a lot of exaggerated movements, and all that shit. And it does a merry little jig when he puts the thing in his pockets. The celery string. Fuck it, I bet you're all wondering, what are these nanites doing here? Are these in fact nanites?
A cluster of stomach acid-shy nanites is lurking near the entrance to the duodenum.
Which is, of course, where we want to go.
They know all the cool places to hang out.
Yes, indeed they do. Now, of course, these look very friendly and not at all scary, so let's just walk right in there. Oh, just stand still, Roger. I'm sure they're not going to hurt you. Yum. And it spits out his
those
eyeballs.
Little guys are efficient. However, based on how they left your boots behind, you might consider some odor eaters.
I could also just try again. I will bet just going for a dip is the best idea ever. Yay!
That's pretty far to go just to do your Wizard of Oz impression. Makes you feel tingly all over, doesn't it?
Yes, it did. Alright, so the hint for this is that you can dump one of these in the acid, and it rises just a little, actually just scrapes on by
Interesting. The acid rises, but just not quite high enough to submerge those nanites.
So we'll need something bigger, yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick these blood capillaries together.
It's the bundle of capillaries you appropriated from Stellar.
Yeah, we won't tell you where you got those.
You get fingerprints all over it.
Ah, bugger. I'm supposed to do something. I'm supposed to duct tape them together?
You cleverly tape the capillaries together.
It's been a while. Yep, there you go. And we combine them with this.
Nothing happened.
No. I think I just solved that puzzle out of order, actually. Oh, yeah, this makes a hose kind of thing. What we want to do is use this, because it looks a bit like rope. Stick that in, and we've got ourselves a makeshift...
That's your makeshift grappling hook.
Grappling hook, indeed. So, we just climb the fuck back up here. Not quite far enough to go through the exit, because we don't want to do that. We just want to toss this thing at the, I forgot to look at it. It's the esophagus. But I'm sure Gary Owens can make that description.
Nice shot.
Thank you. Make them much more interesting. Let's just climb back up and get a good read on this thing.
Good lord, it's an esophagus. Just like the one I saw dangling from somebody's head in More Dull Combat 2. Except that one was just in a video game. This one is real!
It is real! It's not actually real, you're still in a video game. Also, I didn't know that. I don't think I've actually heard that before.
Don't touch that. We don't know where you've been.
You can't jump there. Anyway, we did just grapple hook the fuck out of it, so let's climb this bad boy. I wish I could put Yakety Sax in. Can't. Copyrights, all that shit. Look at that Twinkie!
A large hunk of Twinkoid cake food product is hanging just below her epiglottis.
That's a big Twinkie.
It appears to have gotten jammed on the way to her stomach for digestion. Doesn't this woman chew?
You'd expect. I mean, shit, there's a lot of weird stuff just piling around inside her guts and stuff, and what the hell is this thing?
These are the trachea and bronchi. That's where the lungs hook in.
So I'm guessing these are the lungs then.
Check out the lungs on this girl. You don't get an opportunity like this every day.
Hey, you two, make your own jokes. Alright, what in the shit?
It's one of those tiny timed release pills. As I recall, these are designed to not melt down and release their medicines until they've gotten to an area past the stomach.
That's delightfully non-helpful. Anyway, I want it. I should have it. Give it to me. Whee! Alright. Now, what we want to do is get rid of the nanites downstairs. And the way to do that is to dislodge, well, all of the shit we're just piling up in her esophagus. It's a wonder this woman ain't just fucking choking. So what we do is we go up here and we give her a bit of a tickle.
It would appear that merging those two items...
Tickle. There you go. Tickle, tickle, tickle. There you go. Tickle, tickle. That was supposed to be a cough, but... There we go. It's amazing we still have a skull. And Roger has a look down because we had to make some changes to the room below. Bubbly bubbly. Bye bye, fellas. I wonder what the purpose of these little nanites actually was. They were just hanging around being little guard nanites, I guess. Anyway, things should be absolutely fine and dandy once we get back down here. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Oh, fuck it. Alright, so what the hell is this thing? I guess we'll find out in the next episode. Because we're all out of time today, but we shall indeed go and explore the icky wonders of the human body in the next episode. My god, I hope you've enjoyed this, because I sure have. And I will continue to. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, do whatever you kids do. Do leave me a comment, because, as always, I do tremendously love the comments. So thank you. And, I'll see you around the icky inside of your body Chrono stream.